Hi, it's Stephen here for Bland Designs, and today I'm going to show you a little bit more of a detailed look at all the things I picked up from my recent trip to London. Now, I did show some of these items on last week's vlog number 40, so you can check that out. But I picked up a few other things after I made the vlog, and I thought I'd just go over what I got and where I got it, and approximately how much things cost over there in comparison to what we might pay for something like this here in Canada or the United States. But I'll be doing my prices in British pounds and converting them to Canadian dollars. So the first thing I bought, we went to the London Museum and had a look around there, and they had in their obligatory shop, as I like to call them, because usually when you're finished going through a museum or gallery, it always ends up in the shop. And I saw this ephemera pack, and it was based on the theme of the suffragettes, votes for women, from a London perspective, of course. And at first I thought, no, what would I ever use this for? But then I got looking on the back, and it showed me all the different things that it had. It has a poster, it's got a jail letter, it's got some tickets and brochure reproductions down here, and little pictures and things. And I thought, for the price of £7, which £7 actually works out to, and I can tell you exactly what I paid for it because I printed off my credit bill statement. And so this, along with this, these are 4 buttons, votes for women, reproductions, I think, of the time period, maybe, maybe not. And these are all reproductions, of course, replicas, as they call them. And this was another £4. So £11 total. That includes taxes and everything in the price. And what did it work out to in Canadian dollars? At the rate of what do you call it? The exchange rate. I paid $18.64 for these 2 things. Now, you might think that's a little pricey, but it's a very unique ephemera pack. I can't get it here, and I thought, let's go for it. Now, the company that makes it it's published in Scotland, or created in Scotland, in Edinburgh. So definitely, I don't think I would see this very readily online, maybe. But I thought this will make an interesting vintage art journal page. Maybe I'll do it on the theme of votes for women or something like that. We'll see. So then we went to another store, and this is one a lot of people have heard about. I looked it up on the web. I found their web page. It's called Blade Rubber Stamps. And at first, when I saw their website, I thought, oh, they principally have rubber stamps for businesses, and they might make custom stamps, for businesses or whatever, that kind of thing. But we went anyways, and it's very close to the British Museum, and they were a gold mine, a real gold mine of stuff. Yes, they had all kinds of rubber stamps. Much of their collection is rubber stamps mounted on wood, but they had lots of cling stamps. They had Ranger products as well, and Stampers Anonymous. And they had some paper, they had ink pads. It's not a huge store. They have an upstairs and a downstairs, but it was actually very interesting because there was stuff there that I've never seen in other places over here. So I found more of these replicas of this ephemera packs there. So I picked up, what did I pick up? A couple? Yeah, a couple more of these. And again, they're made by the same company that made the ones I showed you a moment ago from Edinburgh. And this one's on motoring. And at first I wasn't going to get it, but then I looked on the back, and similar package items on this theme as in the one votes for women. But I remembered that I had bought back a couple of weeks ago at Paper Capers in Aurelia a little set of cards. And I showed you this little set of cards, vintage automobiles. So I thought these 2 together would go really nice. So I got those, and I also saw one on the First World War, this one. So I picked it up as well. And again, it's the vintage look that captured my interest. Now, these two packs, same company as the ones that made this one, but of course, at the London Museum, they're charging you premium at £7. The store was charging £5.99, £5.99. And that works out to about, now this one I can't itemize because I bought so many, so I'm not even going to try right now. I'll tell you what the total amount was and what it came out to Canadian when I'm finished talking about this store. So I got those, and I also found some tissue. Now this is 7 Gypsies, and I'm sure we could probably get it someplace, probably not in the Michaels here in my area. I've never seen this here before, but I'm sure down the States you can probably get it because it's 7 Gypsies. The label's off the end of it. I'm not sure how much I paid for this. I think it may have been £3, something like that. But I picked that up because it'll make good background paper for art journaling. And I also picked up some more ephemera packs. Now these are Tim Holtz, and yes, we can get them here. The only problem is I would probably have to order them through my local scrapbooking store, which is not a big deal. It's not a problem. I mean, it's not like I need it immediately. But when I saw them, I thought I'd get them. So, and I do love Tim Holtz ephemera packs. So this one is Thrift Shop, and this one is Collector. And I'm not sure what the, oh yeah, they charged £7.95. A little pricey, because I think if we were to buy those here, I think they might be $7.99 or $8.99, depending where you went in Canadian money. So quick conversion at about 1.6 Canadian dollars to a pound. So basically, this would probably be about $13 each of these. So yeah, kind of pricey. In fact, I talked to the guy about his prices on things that come from Ranger and Tim Holtz, and he said, unfortunately, because of the way that the British pound has been going down in comparison to the US dollar, all thanks to Brexit, his prices to import this from the States costs him more. So that's why these are much more expensive. So I kind of feel sorry for the people living in Britain. I feel sorry for the guy that owns the store. But nevertheless, as I said, I saw them there, and I figured, well, I can either try and order them and wait to see if I'll ever get them, and they're bound to be on back order when I ordered them, so I nailed them as soon as I saw them. Okay, what else did I buy? This is all, again, from that store called Blade Rubber Stamps. And speaking of rubber stamps, okay, I was not at first going to buy these because these were pricey. They were £20, 50 pence, both of them. That's a lot of money because that's £41 for the two of these. So that's about, what, close to $60 for 2 sets of rubber stamps. But I have never seen these sets before. Now, they're by a company called Paper Artsy. I have heard of Paper Artsy. I think it's an American company. Oh, it is not an American company. It is a United Kingdom company, it says here. So that's interesting. So, good. Makes me even feel better about the money I spent on them because I would probably not see these over here. But I thought they were really cool. Like this medieval kind of looking thing. And this fun Victorian sort of thing. And in this one, you know, these backgrounds, which are one stamp, but I think they could be separated if you wanted to. I thought that was kind of unique with the butterflies. I'm always a sucker for butterflies. They're just images that I have not really seen before, and I thought they'd be great for backgrounds on an art journal page. So I got those. And I also got some more rubber stamps. And again, these are called Crafty Individuals. They're another company in the UK, and I really love this one. This woman with the butterfly wings. There's my butterfly again, but also the in the border of a like sort of a postcard or you know, mail art kind of thing. Now you will notice, oh, that's interesting. We do not have this border. Okay, that does not come with the stamp. It is just the center image. But you'll notice it's unmounted. But that's not a problem. I don't even know if I'll bother to mount it. I might. I've got material here to do that. It may not need it. I'll see how well it stamps without mounting it the first time I use it. Same with this one. This one kind of reminds me of something that Mike Deacon would have as a digital download, or one of Tim Holtz's stamps, the gentleman from Victorian type time. And again, it's unmounted. Now these two stamps, this one was £5.25, so £5 25 pence. This one was £5 95 pence. So there's about £11 worth of stamps. Again, probably about $15–16 Canadian. That's kind of expensive for unmounted rubber stamps, but again, very unique designs. And I don't buy a lot of rubber stamps anymore, but if I see ones that are going to make really unique backgrounds, then I'll pick them up, and that's why I got these. Okay, I did buy another stamp, but I bought a wood-mounted stamp, and I simply had to have it because it's Shakespeare. And you know that I'm a retired English teacher, and I love Shakespeare, so I had to have the stamp. Now, when I first picked it up, I looked at this very quickly, and I thought it said £14.99, so £14 99 pence, and I thought that's pretty pricey for a rubber stamp, okay, of this size, because this is not very big. It's what, 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches, 3 inches by 3 inches at the most. Okay. However, it was of Shakespeare. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but I've got it. But then, surprisingly, I looked at the price again. Actually, after we got back to the hotel room and I was sorting things out, that's not a 1, that's a pound sign. This was only £4 99 pence. Okay, so £5. £5, it's about a $7.50 in our money stamp, which is not out of the way for a wood-mounted rubber stamp. And it looks like it's got great detail. So I've got that. I also picked up these masks. This one has, and there's a bit of a glare on it, sorry. Better picture on the back? No, there isn't. But this one you can see is of butterflies. Butterflies again. Keys. And this one I bought, I probably won't use it very much, but it looks like a gigantic postage stamp, but it's got the Tower clock, Big Ben, and it has the Eiffel Tower. And of course, I was in London and I did a day trip, as you know, to Paris, so I thought simply have to have it. Price, they were £4 50 each, so you're talking about £13 50 pence for the 3 of these. In Canadian, we're moving up to about $18–19. Things are getting pricey here. Okay. I have a little pile over here that's going to fall over, so just bear with me for a minute while I stack them up. All right, but I was not done, or was I done, at that store? Let me see. I have a little box over here with things in it. Yeah, so that's all I bought from Blade Rubber Stamps, and my total came to, I spent £120 51 pence, and when it got converted to Canadian dollars, it was $205.67. Pricey, yes, but look what I got. I got all this for that price, so actually not terrible. And again, I only bought things that I could not readily get here, or I can't get here at all. Okay, so that was Blade Rubber Stamps. Now, I also went to the Design Museum in London, and which is kind of cool because it's all, you know, about you know, technology, how it's changed things, you know, furniture, architecture, that kind of stuff. And in their gift shop, the obligatory gift shop, I was looking around and I saw this book. Now, this is Pantone paints. They're paint chips, 35 inspirational color palettes. Now, this is not something that you cannot necessarily buy in Canada. Now let me see. They have a US price, they have a UK price. And where is it published? It was published in San Francisco. So, I mean, yeah, you can probably order one of these online. You can go to their website and you can see all kinds of color swatches. But the problem is the color swatches have a color shift when you see them on your computer monitor. Whereas these, you're actually seeing the exact colors. So it all fans out like this, and they talk about themes and things, but the thing is they've got the name of the paint, like this is polished gray and Pantone Cool Gray 9. Now I'm wondering, I haven't looked into this yet, but I'm going to check it out. You can see there's 35 of these. I'm wondering if I can find the color formulas, you know, what colors you should mix together to get these exact colors. But either way, I can try and experiment with some of my paints to mix up some of these colors. Now, the reason I bought this, it was a bit of an impulse buy, is because I'm getting tired of using the same old colors in most of my backgrounds, most of my artwork. I need some inspiration. Using a color wheel, for me, I don't find it that helpful. And I keep reaching for the same old colors. So I thought, here's something that maybe will allow me to get outside of my comfort zone and try some other combinations. It wasn't that bad for price. It was £10, £10 99 pence, so 11 pounds. They have a US price. It's $14.95 in US dollars. So in Canadian dollars, this probably works out to about, oh, I paid in pounds, so probably around $16, $17. But I think it's going to be useful. Okay, let's move on to the Camden Market. Now I have a story to tell you about these. The Camden Market, if you don't know what that is basically a very elaborate flea market. It has permanent stalls. It's sort of inside, it's sort of outside. It's just an eclectic mixture of everything from clothes, food, jewelry, journals, all kinds of stuff that's there. If you're into steampunk, it's the place to go because you can get lots of steampunk clothing and accessories. If you're into leather journals, things like that, it had all that kind of stuff. It's really a cool place to go. Now, we went there on a Saturday. That was a mistake. Camden Town, they call it, where the market is, on a weekend is just bustling with both tourists and local people. It's the place to go, I guess. So we actually turned around, went somewhere else that day, and decided to come back on the Monday. Very good idea. Don't go on a weekend, go on a weekday. There'll still be lots of people, but nowhere near as many as there was on that Saturday. So as we're wandering around, I see these pieces of jewelry. And they're very Indian themed, as you can see. This one has 3 elephants, and they're very intricate wire creations. This one's a butterfly and another medallion. Of course, they all have this thing here at the bottom, which I'm really not sure what that is. If it's a replica of a religious symbol or something, I'm not sure. And this one's a camel. They had other ones, but these were £10 a piece. So that's $13, $14 a piece for these. So I thought, well, it's a market. Maybe I can bargain with the guy. So the guy comes over, and I said to him, at the time, I only had these 2 in my hand, £10 a piece. I said, how about 2 of these for £15? He countered, how about 3 for £25? Okay. I went for it. Oh, right. So I saved £5, basically. But anyways, I'm not a good negotiator, a good bargainer. But anyways, I got these, so I decided to pay with them with a credit card. That was a mistake. I don't know whether I was getting scammed or there was he genuinely had a problem with his machine. But he had a wireless machine for the credit card. I put the credit card in, it came up, I put in my PIN number, blah, 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 and then it said connection lost. It couldn't connect. So he tries again. It still wouldn't connect. So I said to him, look, I'll just pay you cash for them. So I did, but he did print me out the void bill from the credit card machine. So I had that and I kept that. So I gave him cash and on we went on our little merry way. Well, I checked while I was still in London because, you know, we were using our credit cards a lot. That way we didn't have to get a lot of money to take with us over there, exchange our money for pounds and all that kind of stuff. So I was keeping a rough tally of everything we were spending, and I was checking the credit card online, and I see this charge from this place for, and I'm looking for it on here, for $42. Well, it worked out to, the 25 pounds worked out to $42.76 Canadian. Well, it went through on my card, but I already paid him the cash for these items. So this disturbed me a little bit. So I thought, okay, did he purposely have a machine that wouldn't connect, but it did connect, but he had it programmed so it looked like it didn't, and he was like double dipping here, or what? So when I got home from London, I phoned Visa. I was on the phone for an hour. You know, your call's important to us, blah, blah, blah. And I told them what had happened. I told them that I could scan the void receipt that I had received from him and send it to them. And they said, well, no. They said, do you have a receipt for the cash? And I said, no. Didn't even think to ask him for a receipt. It's a market. You know, you don't really think about that. But that's something in the future to keep in mind. Okay? But anyways, they were very good about it. They've reversed the charge and everything. So I still don't know whether I was being scammed or this was just, you know, a technical problem or whatnot. But nevertheless, I got my money back as far as, you know, the double dip part was concerned. So just, I learned a lesson here. If you go to a market somewhere, especially a market in a foreign country, but this is probably a good tip for any market you might go to, don't use your credit card. Take cash and get a receipt. Okay, get a receipt. All right, so anyways, I got these. Now they also look like they will detach very easily from each other. So I can break these pieces up, which is what I intend to do, and use them on separate ones. But I think they're really cool. There's something unique, something different. Okay, what else is in my little box here? All right, speaking of jewelry items and things like that. When we were in Camden Town, Walter had looked up a bunch of places that sold craft supplies. And believe me, there's not that many in London to choose from. There are art stores. We went to a few of them, but they're stores for, you know, buying paintbrushes and paint and that kind of stuff, not really for craft items. But there was one store that was in Camden Town. And it was also an area we'd never been in before, so we were exploring it a little bit. And this place has a really weird name, and it's called Slackhogld Arts and Crafts. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. It's actually spelled Slanchoggled. So Slackhogld. Best I can do. Anyways, it was a small little store. It had a lot of artist supplies in there, but it also had crafting supplies. It had 2 levels. It had a basement area, and I found these. And they had quite a few to choose from. I only bought 6 that were there, but they're little charms. But these are sewing machines, butterfly, little cassette tapes. I thought that was kind of cute. More butterflies, bird in a cage, and this little medallion sort of thing. They weren't that expensive. £1.25 for this, and this, and the other 3 were 95 pence. So in total, we've got what, about £6-7, so about $10 for these. So I thought those were kind of cool. And I also saw these, and this is not something that's unique to England, but these wooden press out pieces This one has, you know, top hat, glasses, and a mustache, and you just push them out. And the thing is, you can color these whatever way you want to. Plus, you'll have the negative piece too, which I think you could do something with. And this is just a series of 3 mustaches. I thought it went with that pretty well. They were not expensive, 95 pence a piece, so £2 for those. So in total, this haul that I got from this particular store came to £8.50. In Canadian money, it was $14.53. So not bad. Not bad at all. At least that's what I keep telling myself. All right. Another thing, this collal glue. It's a spirit glue. Mike Deacon talks about this, and he says this is a really great glue. And I looked on Amazon to find it, and they won't ship it to Canada. It is a product of the UK, I believe. It's actually a product, no, maybe not. It's, yeah, I think they do make it in the UK. Well, I'm not completely sure, but I know it's not made in the States. And when I did find it on Amazon, it was a horrible price. Now, this is only a 100 milliliter bottle. What I was looking at online was maybe 400 milliliters, a much bigger bottle, but they wanted something like $60 American for it. And they won't ship it, though. That's the other problem. I guess because, well, it shows you on the side, it's flammable. And so I guess that's why they won't ship it. But I was able to score 2 bottles of this, and it was not terribly expensive. And I got it at a place called, let me just check here, Hobbycraft. Now, Hobbycraft was way out in the burbs. We took the tube way out to go to this store. One, we'd never been to this area before, and it's probably where the real people live. And this was supposed to be a little shopping plaza, but it wasn't very big. But they had this store. Now this place, this, what was it called again? Hobbycraft, is very much like a Michael's or a Joann's. Actually, I think it's more like a Joann's than a Michael's. They had all kinds of crafting stuff, scrapbooking, art journaling things there as well. A lot of it we could get here, so I didn't look for that. But I did pick up this, plus I picked up a couple of magazines, and I'll show you those in a minute. But when I got this, well, I said to Walter when we were looking at glue, says, oh, I said, that reminds me, there's this glue. So I went looking for it. They only had 2 bottles on the shelf. As I said, I bought both bottles. And it is, I haven't used it yet. However, and I was so glad I did this. And this is a good tip. When I packed these in my suitcase, I put them in a plastic bag, wrapped them all up, and sealed the bag, kind of a thing, just in case there was leakage. There was leakage. The pressure in the airplane, I think, squeezed some of it out. So when I took them out of the bag was a little bit gooey, and this stuff is very gooey. But I was able to clean it up. I don't think I lost much of it. No, I've got most of the bottle here. I think it just forced it up and around the edges here. But I'll let you know how this works, but I was excited to get it. Only because Mike Deacon says great things about it. So that was that. But I also bought, I'm just getting them here, 2 magazines. These were on sale. It said, I think their price is £13 for each one of these magazines. Now, I have seen, I think, Tattered Lace magazines occasionally on the newsstands here. But what makes them even nicer is that I've taken them off already, but they came with these dies as well. So this one I really liked. It's one with a little dog, but looks very Victorian. I haven't tried it yet. And this one makes whatever you put underneath it into like a jigsaw puzzle, which I thought was kind of cool. So those came with the magazine. Now I haven't really read the magazines yet, but it looks like they have paper in them too. Oh, they do. Oh, that's cool. So why I bought them though, I didn't pay £13. I paid £3 for each one of these. They were on sale. Well, because they're old issues. I don't know if there's a date on here. I don't see an actual date, but they were obviously, because this is a monthly magazine, I guess. These, still don't see a date. Excuse me. However, £13 or £3, I bought 2. There they were. Now they had another one that was a Christmas edition. It had a neat looking little penguin kind of die, Christmassy kind of thing on it, but I would have had to pay £13 for it. I'm not that much into making Christmas stuff, so I stuck with just these 2, so £6 in total, and I got the dies with it. So that was great. So what did I spend total there then? My total for 2 bottles of glue and these 2 magazines came to £13, which came to $22.23 Canadian. So I did okay. One other thing that I mentioned in the blog too is this. Now we can get this here. This is an American publication that's by Stampington Company and Art Journaling. But what I find is in my local chapters, I can never pick one of these up. I think they get like 2 of them in stock and they're gone as soon as they come in. So I saw this at the Blade Rubber Stamps and I picked it up. Now, yes, I spent more for it there than I would have spent here because price-wise, yeah, it says £14.99, so £15, but the Canadian price, if I bought in Canada, would have been $16.99. So I paid like $20 for this magazine, so I paid about $4 or $5 more than I would have if I bought it here. But I saw it there. I have not seen it in chapters, as I said, difficult to get, and so I picked it up. Okay, so all totaled, I spent about $300 on materials and supplies, and I'm happy. I got these now. They're kind of unique, and yeah, I'm dying now to use all of this stuff that I bought, as I said, and I'll show you in future videos some of my projects and things with all of these. And so, oh yes, and one last thing. I happened to see when I was over there, Craft Test Dummies. She happened to be over in London. It looked like approximately the same time as I was, and she was showing what she had bought at a place called John Lewis. John Lewis is a department store. I have been to John Lewis before, and I looked around in there for craft supplies, but I didn't find any. And so she seemed to claim that there was stuff to be had there. Now, mind you, what she was showing was gift wrap and accessories for gift wrapping, and she made a couple of really nice cards out of that. However, I was really disappointed. We went to John Lewis, and really beyond a gift wrap, there was not a lot of stuff for crafting. In fact, there wasn't anything besides gift wrap and accessories for gift wrap, which means, you know, like some ribbon and some little tags, things like that. So, but I wasn't expecting much. It's a department store. Okay, so it was a great trip. I got a nice haul, and well, watch for future videos, and I'll show you how I'm going to use some of this stuff at some point. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.